Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're jumping down into the world of Lunar Classic to take a look at the price action, what's been going on, what we expect to happen next and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, you know what to do, hit that like button, do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications and you will not miss another live stream or video that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, link is in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, you're completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Go ahead and check it out. Okay, let's get started and keep this nice and brief on this Sunday evening, or afternoon in fact. And what we'll do is we'll kind of go through what you need to know about Lunar Classic, what I think is going to happen and all those things, but hopefully it won't be too long of a video. So Lunar Classic paired up with BUSD on the 1 hour chart. Binance is the data source. Now there's a few key things here that we obviously are reviewing or have been reviewing. So since the last video we were talking about the area of 0.0002020 through to the higher range of 23394, right? This yellow box just down here. Okay, now obviously we got close, but we didn't hit it, right? We came down to 24050. Okay, this was actually on the 15th of September on at 7 o'clock in the evening, actually UK time. Okay, so we came right down here, close but not quite hitting it. This is actually an important thing because by doing this and actually reversing here, we're able to avoid this, which is our 1.618 trigger point for a trend down. So this being avoided actually means that we can talk about maybe progressing upwards a little bit higher rather than worrying about maybe moving down. Okay, so for the most part, this looks like we missed our target, but actually this is a good thing because it means that we do not have to worry about coming down too far and we can continue this move to the upside. Now, it's the 18th of September at the point of recording this video. Who knows what next week is going to hold? We'll kind of give us thoughts on that in a moment, but for the most part, this has given us some kind of encouragement. So let's go ahead and tidy this up just a fraction. We'll go and just remove some of these sub counts that we don't need. They all kind of finish down here, so we can just go ahead and leave those right on there. And as you can see, it's a big ABC. I will in fact remove that one and we'll just leave this one in here so we can see that 3-wave drop. Okay, that's actually also adjusted just a little bit lower there. So we'll remove that as well. We don't need it. And there's a little couple of areas of resistance within here, and I'm not too concerned about these ones at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and remove those as well, just leaving in these kind of key points that we have. Okay. So let's take a look at this structure, right? We can see here that we are setting ourselves up with some kind of thing, something quite interesting. Let's go ahead and just drill into this, right? So from the here to here, we can see that we are setting ourselves up with these lower highs, right? Lower highs here, and obviously lower lows within this range just in here as well. If I go ahead and grab that, you can see these 2 points, this one being slightly lower than this one. Okay, so if I extend that out to kind of marry up with this one, you can kind of see we're kind of sloping a fraction now, okay? As I kind of bring this back up here and make it a little bit bigger, you can kind of see that in a bit more detail. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that we got a pretty clear 3-wave structured move up, okay? So we go 1, we come 2, we come 3. Now we have what is known as a continuation pattern, which is this here. This is a continuation pattern, and basically means that we're going to continue whatever led into it. And we had this move upwards leading into it. This is our corrective structure going sideways and setting ourselves up with these lower highs and lower lows, okay? And basically you'd look at this maybe as a bull flag if you wanted to. You could look at it maybe as, actually it's not really a parallel channel as such, but something to that effect. But basically it's a continuation pattern, and a continuation pattern that should continue the move that went into it. So we should break to the upside out of this, okay? But there's a couple of caveats to that have to break down into the data and see what's going on, right? So on our hourly chart here, we can see a couple of things, right? We can see here that we do have this interesting kind of move coming down. It looks pretty clear to me. We go 1, 2, and 3 just inside there. There's 3 in there. There's 3 up there. It does look like it's slightly larger. So 1, 2, and 3. It looks like it's kind of complete, but it might be a tad too soon to be, too optimistic about it. We are 3-wave structures everywhere. Okay, now this could also be a triangle. So we could look at this like this one. So basically, if I get my head around this, A, B, I'm going to say C, look up for D, down for E, like this. Okay, and if we do complete something to this effect, let me actually just make this yellow. I think that's going to make it stand out just a fraction more. Okay, so just in here, and if we do complete something like this, that means we're going to push up to the upper area, we're going to pull back to the lower area, then we're going to launch to the upside. Okay, now these kind of A, B, C, D, E's, these triangles, these only appear in 2 types of waves, wave B and wave 4. Okay, so this basically would mean that we are potentially in a B wave. We're not in a wave 4 or anything like that, so we know that's not going to be the case. So I'll go ahead and remove this off here, and I'll remove this. And if this is in fact a triangle, then what we're actually looking at is this is an A wave, this is our B wave. We might come down a little bit lower yet, we don't know. And then we'll come up into a C wave, okay? Now, if I bring this down and I measure this distance at the current low, then we'll be breaking up towards, 39315. Right up here. Okay, so for Terra Luna Classic, that's kind of what we might be thinking. Now, I think we've got to potentially come down a fraction more. I don't think we're really done fully here. So we're going to be around this kind of area, though. Once we actually do bottom out, I think we've still got to move up and we've got to move back down again. So we do expect some volatility within that structure. Okay, but it gives us an idea that we have this kind of run to the upside here to be kind of completed. Okay, and this could turn into something more, but I think essentially it should finish here and then pull back to the downside. And then if we zoom back out, this could then be considered a large A, large B, pull back down into C, and we can come back down into these lower ranges. A little bit more on the bearish side, but something to these effects, right? We can come down and talk about that. Okay, so as the kind of market in itself starts to kind of bounce around, we kind of start to see things like this maybe, okay? So that's the hourly. On the 4 hourly, we can see that we've got to come back down, but we can come up, that's okay. So we can pull back, as I said, have this sort of moment of volatility, still correct our 4 hourly stochastic, and then have that move upwards. The 8 hour also needs to come down, so this is probably going to be a part of the much bigger play, okay, as we start talking about time frames. We probably want to be thinking, this is going to be something that plays out over a week or so. Same with the daily, right? This can actually go up, but we have a little bit more progression to the downside first. So as we kind of think about these timeframes, what they mean, essentially we've got the smallest one, which is the hourly. And basically we're looking for a move upwards and a move down, probably all to play out today and to kind of complete that B wave triangle. That will lower our 4 hourly stochastic again. And I think from there, really what we talk about is then this move upwards. Okay, this will probably be next week kind of play. And then from there, we'll talk about maybe coming back down and revisiting some of those lows for the 8 hour chart. Again, that could take a week or so to play out. But for Luna Classic, there's some volatility here, right? And this volatility essentially allows us to turn auto off. I don't know why that's on. Which allows us to basically kind of take advantage of that from a trading point of view, if that's our thing, or we can accumulate key points and all that kind of stuff. So, I think we've got to be optimistic to a degree, but, we don't want to kind of get too carried away with FOMO and things like that. Essentially, do expect some volatile movements here for Luna Classic, but I can see some short-term moves to the upside. And of course, there's going to be some short-term moves to the downside, also midterm moves to the downside as well. Ultimately, we are looking for maybe completing this B wave structure just here over the next kind of day, 24 hours or so. And then really from there, we can start talking about that next move to the upside. Guys, I'm going to leave the video right there. Found it useful and informative? Hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, why not go ahead and tap the bell at the same time and stay up to date with all the streams and videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And don't forget to join us down in Discord. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.